There's something in the air in the Middle East this Ramadan, and whatever it is, it's reshaping the region. In the latest signal that the decade-long isolation of Damascus is ending, Syria's Foreign Minister Faisal Mikdad arrived in Saudi Arabia on Wednesday at the invitation of his Saudi counterpart, Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud. Mikdad's visit to Jeddah is the first by a senior Syrian diplomat in more than a decade since the bloody civil war broke out, and the first since the sides agreed to re-establish ties and reopen their embassies, further propping up Syrian hopes of returning to the Arab fold. It also comes just 2 days before the kingdom hosts a meeting of regional foreign ministers aimed at readmitting Syria to the Arab League. But that's not all that's happening in the neighborhood. Also on Thursday, Egypt's top diplomat is visiting Turkey in the latest bid by the two regional powerhouses to normalize relations after a decade of tensions. Diplomatic ties between Cairo and Ankara were severed in 2013 after Egypt's military, led by current President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, removed Turkish-backed President Mohammed Morsi of the Muslim Brotherhood. The two also found themselves on opposite sides of tensions in the Arab Gulf during the 3.5-year boycott of Qatar. Back in 2017, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt cut ties with Qatar over its support of the Muslim Brotherhood. In fact, on Wednesday, Bahrain and Qatar agreed to restore diplomatic ties, signaling a complete end to the boycott of Doha. Of course, none of this would have been possible if Saudi Arabia and its main regional rival, Iran, hadn't agreed last month to restore diplomatic ties that had been severed in 2016 in an agreement brokered by China. And this current trend of reconciliation in the Middle East is seen by some as a sign of declining U.S. influence in the region.
The political rapprochement between Iran and Saudi Arabia, the détente between Syria and Saudi Arabia, and the opening of peace talks between Saudi Arabia and Yemen's Houthi militia, all are reflecting the wanings of U.S. hegemony in the Middle East.
And so, with old friends bearing the hatchet and new alliances forming, this year's Ramadan brought with it a lot more than just self-reflection and charity, but rather a message of an emerging new world order.